What's up everyone, Alessandro here and welcome to another Bitcoin price analysis. We're gonna have a look into Bitcoin, guys, and why I believe that we are in for a massive run up very soon. But of course we are still in a very dangerous phase in my opinion right now, where we're gonna face a lot of volatile moves both to the upside and to the downside. So we're gonna have a look into that, guys, and of course we're gonna have a look into some of the newest news about Bitcoin Hyper, guys, that is going completely viral. This new upcoming crypto that in my opinion is about to launch very soon, especially based on their white paper. So we're gonna have a look into that as well. But first, of course, we're gonna have a look into Bitcoin, which is still trading at around 115k, and basically we're waiting for the big date, which is of course at the end of this week, when we're gonna get most likely the rates cut, hopefully. And this, in my opinion, will be the next trigger of the next big move for Bitcoin. And this is what we're gonna have a look now together. Of course, thanks to the indicators, we're gonna have a look into that because no one knows the future, of course, and that's why we're just gonna rely on the indicators. What are the most probable moves that are happening for Bitcoin in the next coming days and weeks? So welcome everyone, make sure to be subscribed on this channel, guys. I update you every day whatever is going on here in the crypto space. I'm not a financial advisor. Everything in this video or in all of my videos are no financial advice. I'm just showing you my own opinions, my own price predictions, my own crypto market analysis. That's why make sure always to be subscribed here, watch all videos, and also keep in mind that I'm not a financial advisor, so always do your own research as well. And if you want to be following me, of course subscribe to this channel here on YouTube and also my other accounts over on X, TikTok, Telegram, Instagram, and so on. And also if you need an exchange to trade Bitcoin and altcoins like Bybit, Phemex, or also KC exchange where you don't even need KYC, then make sure to be using my links that you find here to get the maximum deposit bonuses if you sign up with my links. And also if you're interested, for example, in Bitcoin Hyper or any new upcoming crypto that currently is very hyped, that many people are talking about, my personal picks and my personal coins that currently I'm buying in, you're gonna find the complete list here in the video description if you want to be following me. And now, guys, let's dive here straight into the 4-hour time frame for Bitcoin, because currently Bitcoin is still in this consolidation phase after we had here a massive run from around $107,000 all the way up to $117,000. And now the big question is, of course, are we close to the top of this bull run, and are we just seeing right now a potential lower high in comparison to the all-time high at around 124k and the beginning of a massive bear market? Or are we still in a bull run and we can expect new all-time highs for Bitcoin during Q4 of 2025 and maybe in 2026 getting that bear market? In my opinion, the second version, that first we're gonna see new all-time highs and then a bear market, is more likely, just because of different indicators, and also time-wise. Usually the last year of the bull run is or the 4-year cycle of Bitcoin is the most powerful one, and we always get, or most of the times we're getting the cycle top towards the end of that year. And that's why I think that probably in October, somewhere in October, we could see eventually the cycle top for Bitcoin and for the altcoins somewhere towards the end of this year. Because whenever Bitcoin then is entering into a consolidation phase, the altcoins are catching up, and at the end we are seeing everything like popping up and overheating, and then of course we see the cycle top also for the altcoins towards the end then of the year. And that's why I believe that earliest 2026 we could see the beginning of this bear market that in my opinion at some point will be overdue. But therefore, of course, let's have a look here into the indicators, what they are telling us. So here in the 4-hour time frame, you can see that we are already in oversold condition. We are still on the bullish side on the RSI, so everything is pointing out that we could see here a nice big move to the upside very soon. So the indicators in the 4-hour time frame are looking good. I expect also a nice pump to retest here 117, 118k. But here 118k, guys, this is a very important price level for Bitcoin, because everything is coming down to the end of this week. And based on the indicators, it is possible that we could see whatever kind of news that we are getting with the rates cut, that this could trigger a negative impact here in the Bitcoin price, at least short term. Of course, for the next coming weeks and months, let me quickly mute that. For the next coming weeks and months, it is possible that we're gonna run to new all-time highs. But until then, it is possible that first we are getting one more washout before the real bull run of Q4 2025 starts. And this could be starting with this trigger or this catalyst that could be incoming basically at the end of this week. Because First of all, if we rally towards 118k, we're just gonna retest here this resistance from the weekly time frame at 118k. And also if we do here a Fibonacci retracement from the cycle top to the current bottom, then you can see that the bearish retracement level, the 0.618, is exactly matching here the $118,000 level. And that's why whenever we have bearish retracements, afterwards we roll over and crash back down. And this could happen as long as we don't see at least daily or even better weekly closes above $118,000, because once we're starting to trade above it, then of course it's likely that we're going to go to new all-time highs. So this is a very, very critical level for Bitcoin. And on top of that, we have also the sell signals coming up right now on the daily time frame. We have a sell signal here, stochastic RSI crossing bearish. We just have to wait for the confirmation indicator here to cross bearish, and that will be basically the final sign that we're gonna most likely correct down. And that catalyst could be, as I told you guys, coming up with the rates cut at the end of this week on the 19th of September. And also watching at the weekly time frame, here we have a bit mixed feelings, because the confirmation indicator is still crossing down and still pushing down, while the stochastic RSI and the VWAP is currently getting positive signals, so positive buy signals that are suggesting, of course, that we could see here a massive rally, at least to the top side of the Keltner channels at 124k, and most likely also higher than that, because that's why I'm expecting big volatile moves for Bitcoin, guys, in the next coming days and weeks, and both to the upside and to the downside. But overall, we should be gearing higher and higher over time. And this is also because of time-wise for Bitcoin, Q4 of 2025 should be bullish. Also, if you have a look into the rainbow chart indicator for Bitcoin, this is the daily time frame. I know it's looking a little bit messy, but just focus here on these red zone up here, orange zone, and also the purple line here. So if Bitcoin would go into new all-time highs and break out higher, we could easily retest here the purple line where we got rejected here with this push here in 2024. We got rejected here, and afterwards we had a crash into the blue, light blue line down here. And here again, we could easily rally towards this purple line, currently at around 142k. Would be also perfectly matching different price predictions from different analyses and so on, and even there get rejected and crash down. For the worst case, maybe we come down to test the blue line. It's currently at 84k, but I think that this blue line will be tested most likely in the next coming bear market, somewhere down here in 2026, 2027, something like this, down here between $50,000 to $60,000. But until then, Bitcoin has the chance here to slowly go up towards the purple line, maybe even break it and go to the orange line at 180k, and for the best case scenario, even come up all the way up here to $230,000, where we have the red zone up here, so at around 200k. And you see also this H4.382 Fibonacci extension level. This is basically the 4-year cycle for Bitcoin, because whenever we had the halving, this is basically time-wise with the 4-year cycle of Bitcoin when we should expect the potential next cycle top if history would repeat. And that's why, of course, it cannot be always accurate 100%. But based on this indicator, we would see the cycle top somewhere latest in the, towards the end of October 2025. Here it's written exactly the 23rd October 2025. But if we go back in time, you can see that very often this is coming a few weeks before, or at least a few days before the cycle top. And you can also see that here the rainbow curves, they are changing, like to going up to going down, basically also during this Q4 of 2025. And even if Bitcoin would have later on a rally to the red zone, this would take Bitcoin also always lower and lower. Of course, still prices towards 200k, 180k would be possible even next year, but we would be like overdue then with the cycle. And then of course we're also running into high risk that we could be pressed down towards here the blue zone down here at around $50,000 to $60,000. And if we go back in time, you can also see based on this indicator that here, for example, we also got the cycle top a few days before this red zone here. So before this red line here, which was on the 16th of November, we got the top a few days before during that month. And afterwards, we crashed down, of course. And here you can see that the purple line was always our support. Here we crashed down, then again up. We came down to test it as a new support, and then we had this massive run up. So in my opinion, we can expect Bitcoin to enter into this red zone only once we break above the purple line, which is currently at 140k. But if we're not able to break through, then of course this could be a potential cycle top line for Bitcoin for this cycle before we crash down. Of course, I hope not. I hope that we're gonna enter into the red zone, but this is what happened also in the last cycle. And here in 2017, again, you can see almost to the T, we reached the cycle top perfectly with this indicator here, exactly at this mark here, a few days before we reached it. And afterwards, then we started, of course, the big bear market. And you can see that after the next green zone here, we crashed down into the blue zone down here. We never came down to test here the bottom blue line at around 2K, but we did that in the previous cycle almost here at around 15K. So you can see that the rainbow chart indicator is a very powerful indicator for Bitcoin. It doesn't tell you exactly when to sell and buy, but it tells you more or less if we are like in the red zone in overheated condition or not. Also here you can see that we came into the red zone and immediately we crashed down to the blue line. And then we had a massive pump again back into the red zone up here. So basically whenever we are in the red zone, it's good to sell. Whenever we are close to the blue line down here, it's good to buy, of course. You never catch the perfect bottom, but at least it gives you a good area where to take profits and where to, of course, DCA in and buy more into Bitcoin. Of course, guys, everything is no financial advice. It's just this indicator that is telling us like that. And if you want to believe in it, of course, I'm going to keep you updated on this indicator as well. So make sure to be subscribed here. But this is basically what this indicator is telling us, that yes, there is still a lot of room left to the upside. In theory, we are more in a buying zone here than in a take profit zone. But it's weird to see that Bitcoin is not here starting really to rally heavy here towards those targets up here. So we're gonna see a big blow off top and something like that in the next coming weeks and months, or we're just gonna go slowly higher and maybe top out here in this bull cycle, or maybe even have a little wick up here and then crash down. No one knows the future, guys, but this is of course a very powerful indicator to watch out whatever big moves that are incoming. And even if Bitcoin would take here another leg down and maybe even retest $107,000, I think that overall we are in here for a massive run up to the upside, because time-wise towards the end of the last bull cycle year, which is 2025, we should expect at least an attempt here of pushing towards those much higher targets up here, 140K, 180K, and finally $230,000. Maybe we're gonna not reach here the absolute top. Who knows that? We will see, guys. It would be nice, of course, but looking at where Bitcoin is standing right now, I think it's just hard to believe that we could rally in the next coming weeks and months all the way up to 240K, like a 2x from here, because we got always rejected here at this purple line. And this is very weird, because the last cycles we were above this purple line and bouncing from it and then go into the red zone and then come back down. So this has changed here, in my opinion, for this cycle, and that's why this purple line is currently a very important one to watch out right now. 140K, this is the line at the moment. We will see what happens, guys. And anyway, also I'm buying more into altcoins. I'm doing some scalp trading here in all time frames. I'm just looking at the indicators right now, and we just have different indicators that are just saying we have not reached cycle top yet, which I also believe. And if you're trading with my indicators, or if you're trading in general with leverage and so on, then of course it doesn't really matter which direction that we're going. We can always trade it. If it's going down, we can trade it. If it's going up, we can trade it. And for the long-term holdings, of course, I'm always buying into Bitcoin. Whatever is, I'm always DCing into Bitcoin, whatever the price is. Even if I think the cycle top is in, I will never sell all my Bitcoin. I will always have Bitcoin, because for me, Bitcoin is the best asset in the world. For me, Bitcoin is the only thing. It's the last hope of humanity, basically, guys. And that's why I'm always in Bitcoin. Doesn't matter the price, doesn't matter what is going on with Bitcoin. I'm always with Bitcoin. And yeah, that's why, of course, it's also good to be ready for all scenarios. Also have some cash on the sideline, of course, and be ready also for a bear market if it happens. You should be ready for both scenarios. If it's going up, you should be happy. If it's going down, you should be happy, because then you can buy more, and therefore, of course, you never can be all in or all out. You always have to have a good balanced portfolio, and then everything should be all right. So I think that's it for now, guys. I keep you updated on the other projects in separate videos. Also, we're gonna cover some of the altcoins because it's too much to cover in one video, guys. And yeah, as I told you, now we have bullish news over all the place here with Bitcoin. And here also it's written, Bitcoin distribution via miners takes a step back. So the miners are less selling. Japan lowers Bitcoin taxes as well. Cameron Winklevoss believes in a 10x Bitcoin and so on. We have everywhere bullish signals. And this is also fueling currently Bitcoin hyper, guys. This new layer 2 on top of Bitcoin, where you basically have the power of Solana, but working on top of Bitcoin. Yesterday it was right at 60 millions, now already at 16.2 millions. More and more people are jumping on board, guys. And of course, we're gonna have a look into that as well. And also I keep you updated, guys, because Bitcoin Hyper is most likely very soon announcing the launch of the token. So hurry up if you want to get on board. The link is here in the video description for Bitcoin Hyper. Don't miss out, guys. Link is here. And of course, if you want to trade all cryptos that you want, you can do that on all exchanges, which I'm also using, like Bybit, Fimex, KC exchange. On this exchange, for example, you also don't need any KYC, because you can just trade here on spot or with futures. Very easy and simple, and very, very high liquidity and no fees to pay here. You can trade, you can go in and out as you want without paying any fees. Only if you do taker orders here on futures, here you pay 0.01%, which in my opinion is nothing. And that's why take advantage of that. Also, if you use my link, no withdrawal fees, so you can deposit money, trade without paying any fees. Also withdraw your money again without paying any fees at all. So take advantage of that. That's only possible here on KC Exchange. Alright, guys, that's it for now. Thank you for watching. Stay tuned, I keep you updated, and we're gonna see us all in the next one. Bye for now.